Hey there guys, welcome back to the worst Warmachine channel on the internet. I'm Malorian and it's time for a Warmachine battle report. And today I have a list that I'm loving. I want to be playing so much more, so we're going to see where this thing goes because I want to prove it works. And the reason why it is because it's Aurora2 in no theme. This is a themeless list where I just said like, well, you know what Aurora2 loves? Flying things. And know what's good? Archons. So I'm just taking a bunch of Archons, taking Gaspy 4, and it should actually be really good. I missed out, of course, on any types like special rules or requisition points, but again, all these other things are so good, I think it kind of makes up for it. So we're going to try it out here. Alright, so I'm playing against my buddy Jordan. He came over here to my garage for some good old pandemic machine, and he's also starting a brand new faction. He got into Infernals, painted these all up while at home having nothing else to do, and it's going to be his Omodamos up against my Aurora2. So looking at this here, the scenario isn't very likely. I think, in fact, between us, I'd have the best chance for going for a scenario where I could maybe swing to one side. But then again, he could also do the same thing. It's going to be very weird. Something else is that in order to get this set up correctly, we just did a random scenario and map based off of War Table so that we could roll for sides before he got here. So that's why I'm having map facing the right way. And so that rubble there is like flaming rubble because that's what they had there. So just so you know how these things are dealing with. So here's the thing. What my list is supposed to do is get in your face, be super high defense. Through my little orders I can give with Aurora, all my little flyers here are also going to have dodge. So we're going to be super high defense. If you miss us, we're getting out of the way. And we're also hitting hard. My Mangler is going to have the spell on it so it can actually fly. Of course, Gaspy's there too. So just something where I got all these awesome angels picking away at you and knocking you down. Now here's the problem. The problem is that I'm up against Omodamos, and synergy starts getting past that pretty quick. You know, as soon as he starts hitting some things, that synergy is going to get so high that my high defense is not going to save me. So what I really need to do is use my alpha to my advantage where I can get in there, hit hard. Maybe, you know, because I out-threat him, I can send in the Mangler and then gate it back to myself. So take out a heavy early and then go in there, take out a couple more, and hopefully be in a spot where he just doesn't have enough pieces to really make it work. I don't know if this is going to work out for me, but we're going to see. The other thing I want to make sure that's clear here too is that I've made some changes but didn't own the model yet. So you're seeing a Shrike there on the table. It's actually a Scavenger. So just so you know what's going on here on the table. Alright, he wins first turn, which is unfortunate for me because I have Anastasia, but she's off the table. What can you do? And basically, he's just moving up there. That forest in the middle is a big annoying forest and is really going to suck for me because, you know, I want to use my threat to my advantage, but that forest is kind of taking it away because I can't see him through it. He can hide behind the forest, and especially on the feet turn, he's going to be faster and ignore that terrain as he basically has Pathfinder. And even though he might not be able to see me, he can always just either walk up to me or trample up to me, and again, start getting those big snips into me before I'm ready for it. So I'm going to have to try and play around with this. And as well, the first thing he does is with Regna summons a Foreboding. And I'm like, wait a second, what's going on here? And that's where I realized he has Dark Seduction. And Dark Seduction is amazingly good at taking away my Gaspy. So I'm going to have to be very careful about that. So that's what I do. As you can see here, I make like a defensive bubble around Gaspy. I'm trying to thread all the flanks and still be really relevant here. Again, that forest being very problematic for me. The Mangler's flying, so that's great. But I'm going to try and hold down the right while I'm maybe going to like rotate around the left. That's my hope. Again, I'm kind of hoping that my opponent gives me something. Unfortunately, I'm playing against Jordan, who's a very strong player, so he's probably not going to do that. But that's what my plan is here. So it turns out he's not stupid. He just lines up. He just keeps on making more of these Tormentors. And meanwhile, on the right, he tried doing a little bit of damage. He's trying to pressure me. He knows that in the end of the day, a couple of Thamarite Archons are not going to take out 2 of his heavies. So that's really going to cause me a lot of problems over there. On the left, I have to be extremely careful because if I'm not, I'm going to get super countercharged. And I might just lose an angel before anything even happens. So he's playing it very cautiously, just going up there with all these. And I do have an in. I can get at least one thing in there. And so maybe I might as well go for this alpha, because if I don't, what's going to happen is he's going to actually start scoring the right side before I do. So I feel that I'm in a spot where he's forcing my hand and I have to go in. So that said, I start thinking about going in, but I start measuring things out, and it's just not there. It's just not there. I'm not going to do enough. I'd have to basically just run into his face, maybe kill 1 heavy, and then in my mind, he is just going to slaughter me. So I chicken out after I start doing a little bit more measurements, and I decide, you know what? I'm going to run my Scavenger to the far right there. It's going to hopefully hold down that zone, and then meanwhile, I'm going to space out, again, trying to take away the advantage of that forest, trying to make it so that I'm switching over to the left flank here at the same time while trying to threaten everything. So the worst thing that could happen to me is that I start moving to the left and then he starts just like rushing through that little gap to get to the right and consolidates there, and then I'm just kind of down in points and it's not going to end up well. So I needed enough things over there that if any Tormentors want to go over, I'm going to hit them hard with Gaspy, Aurora, some of the other pieces over here. But again, I'm trying to force on the left. Again, it's just this weird terrain in the center, and it's really forcing my hand. Now here's the problem, folks. Remember how I said before that the Forebodar was an issue and something I had to think of? Well, I forgot about it. So what he just does is come up here with a Forebodar, boost a Dark Seduction into me, and now Gaspy's moved up and turned around. And so not only now is he positioned in a spot where he could get like a scenario lead, but of course, as soon as he destroys Gaspy, I'm down 14 points there. That's going to make my other Jack go inert. That's another 7 points down, and that's horrendous. So yeah, basically at the end of his turn, he's now brought in another Desolator. He killed off my Gaspy, so I'm down on scenario. He scored his center zone, scored the center flag, destroyed the objective, also went and scored that right zone because I went inert. And yeah, this really couldn't be any worse. I kind of thought like, yeah, he could score that center flag, but if he wants to score the zone, I'd have my little drones in there. Now, one mistake that we did make here is that it turns out that when Gaspy 4 dies, his little kill bots don't go away, so I should actually still be contesting the zone, but we forgot, you know, whatever, it's a new model, we're learning. But I'm now down 4 points, and if I felt that my hand was forced before, it's really forced now, and I need to get in there. So unfortunately, he still makes it, so I'm not really in a good spot to do that. And it also really doesn't help that when I go in there, the Mangler misses its charge attack, it misses a bot attack. And really, at the end of the day, when I finished going in there, I just did not get enough done. I need to kill off like 3 heavies. I kill off none. I don't think I killed off any. It was really just awful. So my only hope now is that now that I'm in there and I have the whole Phantom protocol up, so I have dodge. So if he misses a lot, maybe I can keep on dodging out of the way and set up an assassination. But odds are that's not what's going to happen. And yeah, that's not what happened. He did miss a couple, and that was always cute, where I was like, ha ha ha, you missed me, I get to run away. But yeah, otherwise, he kills off my Mangler, he kills off my Morrowan Archons, and yeah, he also kills off some of my Thamarites on the right there. It's just really, really bad. By the way, I did misspoke last time, where he didn't score the right zone, because I had a Thamarite way over there. He killed it now, so now he's going to score it. So now he's at 4-0, and I've lost almost all my army. He's camping a bunch. There's no way I can actually pull off an assassination. So if I'm in a tournament, what do I do? Well, if I'm in a tournament, what I do is I go over so I can score the left zone by destroying the objective and scoring it, but I don't want to like stop the game here because he's just going to crush me even more. So Aurora just goes back, kills box myself. So he's going to go up basically now 7-2 or whatever it's going to be. It's game over now. So that's the game. Unfortunately, it really kind of got thrown off because of that gaspy misplay. At first, in fact, I was wondering if I should even make this report because of that huge gaspy mistake and what it took away. But the real reason I took so long is I thought I actually missed a picture here. I could have sworn I deleted one. As I went back to make battle reports, I saw I had everything. I was like, you know what? We're going to show off how I was stupid. So here it is. I actually have a series of battle reports of me like shaking off the rust because as I started getting back in here and doing these real in-person games, I made some real stupid mistakes as I've been really rusty. So we're going to go through those. Hopefully we'll get past them and then I can start giving you some good battle reports. But hey, if you're looking how to play Omodamos right, that's good. Jordan did a great job with his brand new faction. Unfortunately, other than looking pretty, I don't think I showed a lot from this Aurora2 list. I think there's a lot more here, and I really want to play this list more to try and show how this out-of-theme list can actually do really well. It's just, hey, I played it poorly, and that force in the center caused me a lot of issues whereas I want to use the threat to my advantage, it kind of took that threat advantage away. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please post down below about how stupid I am and how you'd never make as dumb a mistake as Malorian, because you probably wouldn't. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.